Okay, this is I think they call them a YXR clutch for the primary. I already got the back of that snowmobile jacked up and pulling the belt off so I can get this primary. Probably an easier way to do this, but I kind of got used to doing it this way, so I'm just going to keep on doing what works. Okay, there's that part. Okay, get out of there. That's the new Milwaukee. Got it on setting 2. I've had this clutch off partly before. I had to rebuild some of these. I think the spring was broke on this one and I couldn't get the bolt off. Well, we'll see if this does it. Yeah. Pretty easy. I'll get the collar in there. I already greased up the threads on this puller. Make it a little easier on the old girl. I'm just gonna do a after season inspection on this one. I'll show you guys what's in these things. Still on setting 2. I don't know if it'll pop off. Let's try 3. Yep, setting 3. Popped it off and no problem. Anyway, let's take this in on the bench. Can you believe how fast that pulled that bolt out of there? Or spun this clutch off? Like I said, this is one that was stuck on there that I had to do a spring replacement. With it on, it was sitting on the machine and I did it. Well, let's see here. Let's use this. Get this stuff off of there for you. I'll show you around these. I think these are called YXRs. They're the same clutch that's on the Mountain Lights. The older, like 1999 Phazers. And I think even on some of the Mountain Maxes, I think it's all the same. So this is going to be a pretty good video to have, you know, for looking at this stuff. Like I said, the guy brought it in, the spring was broken this year. And we had another spring, so we popped it in there for him. You can just hold that with one hand, it'll drop out. No big spring. Yeah, look how thick those springs are on these things compared to the old Phazer springs. These are pretty similar. You got your X coincides with your Yamaha logo, and that, when you put it back together, lines up with this X right here. So when you put it back together, make sure your X's line up there. And then for inspection purposes, I just kind of look at these weights. Sound good. This one's been sitting for a while. I think it's actually going to get turned into a part sled. But these rollers and weights just need to be looked at, and you know, I've said this before, but you just file some of this stuff out or get new ones. I tend to just reuse the parts I have. You know, I can tell this clutch probably is going to chatter. It's got some weird grooves on the end of the weights. The bearings are center, the rollers seem fine. And you can see those in there. There's no flat spots on them. That kind of holds up your shift sometimes. Then sure these sliders are good, and you got all of them in there. Those just pop in and out of there too. But I think all in all, this clutch is good to go. I'd probably replace the weights or something there. Clean these shivs up with the Scotch-Brite. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to these. Anyway, I'm not going to replace anything now. I just wanted to give you a little video of what those look like on the inside. Pretty easy to fix them.